it going? And Merry Christmas! It's a good time to be about the season of giving. My name is Ronan and I'm going to be leading you through this Jameson Masterclass today. And I've got a little helper with me too.
That's it, man. I am Ronan's little helper today. My name is Liam, guys, and I'm going to be helping Ronan out making some of these awesome Christmas drinks.
Now, I think before we start any Christmas Masterclass, it's time for a Christmas joke.
I have limited crackers over here, mate, so I'll have to hand back over to you.
What goes O-O-O?
What goes O-O-O?
Santa walking backwards. That was good.
Tumbleweed.
Oh, that was a cracker.
I think we should get onto the drinks, man, to be honest with you.
For sure. So today's session, we're going to bring you through 3 drinks. A Jameson ginger ale and lime, an amazing Irish coffee, and we're going to finish off with an old-fashioned as well. Now, to make those drinks, Liam, what do we need?
Well, we're going to need some pretty simple setup today, Ronan. There's no shakers involved, no strainers. We're going to use a little bar spoon here. If you don't have one of these at home, it's absolutely fine. You can use a teaspoon or a dessert spoon. We've got our jigger here. If you don't have one of these, you can always use an egg cup, or I've also got an espresso cup here, which is about 75 mils. Your double shot is 50 mils here, so you can use an espresso cup, 75 mils, you kind of do the maths. It's Christmas. It doesn't really matter, really. If you get a little bit more Jameson whiskey in your cup, I mean, I wouldn't be complaining, right? Other things we've got, of course, glassware. So you'll need a highball glass. You'll also need a rocks glass, which is a bit smaller. And for the Irish coffee, it's kind of up to you. You can go nuts with it, basically. We've also got a bar knife here. Any knife from your kitchen, serrated is best. And we've got a peeler, just for a little twist on the old-fashioned a little bit later.
Nice, and also ice, because ice is nice. Cocktails are better the more ice it is, because it keeps the cocktail colder for longer and more enjoyable for longer. Speaking of things I absolutely love at Christmas, I love a mince pie.
I also do love a mince pie. I try to make them, I'm not very good at them, but I do have another use for the tray. So instead of actually making mince pies, I fill the tray with water, chuck it in the freezer, and you get these awesome massive ice cubes, and they work really well in the shorter drinks like the old-fashioned that we're going to make today.
Amazing, yeah, because ice is nice. Ice is great in cocktails. The more ice you have, the cooler or more refreshing your drink stays for longer. So nice ice is really important, and if you have a multi-use for your mince pie bacon tray. I don't know when I'm going to try that, but I look forward to trying it.
My kitchen is an interesting place, so
I'd say
I've got tons of kitchen hacks, my friend. Tons of kitchen hacks.
Nice. So another great thing at Christmas is having your friends and family over for some enjoyable drinks. And having the drinks and being able to make them is super important, but maybe hitting them with a wee bit of knowledge is also really important. And we're super lucky, because on this one bottle of Jameson, there's tons of information. So, like, if you just kind of work your way down, straight away you get hit by the big letters, Jameson. Now, Liam, Jameson is the surname of the guy who created the brand, a man called John Jameson. Now, John Jameson's name is on the biggest selling Irish whiskey in the world. But, do you know where John Jameson was from, Liam?
I feel like this is a bit of a trick question, isn't it? I feel like I'm going to say Scotland.
Yeah, he was from Scotland. Well done.
I knew it was a trick question, man.
Yeah, John Jameson was from Scotland, and it was in 1780 that him and his wife moved from Scotland to Ireland, Bow Street in Dublin, and set up their distillery. And that is all there, established in 1780 as well. And that there just bookends the crest in the middle. Now I'm going to hit Liam with another question, because in the family crest there is Latin, and the phrase is sine metu or sine metu, depending on pronunciation, because my Latin's a bit rusty. Liam.
However, mine is impeccable, so I'm going to go ahead and say it's without fear. Without fear is sine metu.
Very well done. It's almost like he rehearsed that. But yes, sine metu means without fear, and that is what the Jameson family really went into every single endeavour with. They went into creating new brands without fear and expanding their whiskey empire without fear as well. Then we're sliding down, we've got triple distilled, because the John Jameson way, Liam, is to triple distill. He said that distilling once wasn't enough, distilling twice wasn't good enough, distilling 3 times was perfect. Word on the street is he also tried 4 and 5, but he thought that triple distilled was the best way to go.
Isn't it triple distilled, twice as smooth, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Ooh, and it is a beautifully smooth whiskey.
It is a beautifully smooth whiskey.
And yeah, so there's some good facts to have, I think, when you're having some convivial drinks with your friends.
Absolutely, man. Love a Christmas quiz. Why not? Get them all around the table, guessing what is on that bottle of Jameson, and yeah, show off a little bit to your mates.
Absolutely. Now, last one, and I'm not sure you know this one, Liam. So hidden at the bottom, right, embossed on the glass, just there, is a little figurine, right?
Let's have a look.
See that?
I think I know that guy. Isn't that the barrel man?
That is the barrel man, yeah. And that actually dates back to when John Jameson got asked why his whiskey was so popular worldwide. And he actually put it down to the barrel men, the people who would actually strap up the barrels, pick them up, and put them on the back of the horse and carts or the lorries. And without those absolutely back-breaking, hard-working staff, their barrels wouldn't go anywhere. So there's just a little homage to them, and it's on the back of the label there. So it's quite nice that that's always been a tribute to the barrel men.
All hands on deck.
All hands on deck, absolutely.
I'm getting pretty thirsty, man. I think we should kick off with some drinks, do you not?
Absolutely, let's get rocking.
Awesome. So, first drink, what are we making?
We're going to make a Jameson Ginger Ale and Lime, or we like to call it a JGL. But yeah, Jameson Ginger Ale and Lime. What do we need for that?
There's loads of things we need. Actually, not that many things at all. It's really, really simple. So first off, I'm just going to give you a glass, my good sir. The first thing you're going to need is obviously your Jameson Irish Whiskey. And we're going to go in with 50 mils, or a double measure of that. So as I was saying, we do have jiggers here. There you go, my man.
Thank you.
If you don't have a jigger, an egg cup is about 25 mils, so you can do 2 of those. And then we're in. Right, so that's the first one in. We are now going to top up with some ice cubes. As I said, ice is nice, as many as you can fit in that glass, because it's going to keep your drink colder for longer and actually stop the dilution. Right. Lovely stuff. Look how good that looks already. You can smell those toffee notes coming from that Jameson. Right. We're now going to use a spiced orange ginger ale because obviously it's Christmas and we need some spices, right? You can't, we say ice is nice, spice is also nice. So usually you can actually just use a normal ginger ale if you can't access a spiced ginger ale because it works just as well. But we thought, why not bring in the festive cheer with a little bit of spicy ginger ale, no?
Oh, I can smell like all the spices coming together really nicely there.
I can smell
like,
it from here, man.
It's like super effervescent. It's just like bumping, bouncing out at me. Woo! Merry Christmas.
And last but not least, we're going to get our bar knife and just cut a lovely little wedge of lime.
Nice. While Liam's cutting that lime, Liam, why are Christmas trees bad at sewing?
Why are Christmas trees bad at sewing, Ronan?
Because they keep dropping their needles. So we're going to just finish off with a beautiful lime wedge on top and just squeeze that lime juice in.
Most important part, right?
Yeah. And it's really important to squeeze all those juices in because so the lime juice just cuts through the ginger and then brings all the whiskey to the forefront and it gives this like beautiful, like tart, refreshing flavor. So, that's a Jameson Ginger and Lime or a JGL. Super simple and really refreshing. Do you want to have a wee go?
I was going to say, don't mind if I do. Thank you, sir. Oh man.
Liam, would you say
glass.
would you say that's naughty or nice?
I'm going to go a strong 12 out of 10 naughty with those spices in there, man.
Wow. Failed maths. Let's clear away some of this stuff, and the next drink we're going to make is a Jameson Caskmate Stout Edition Irish Coffee.
Basically, obviously, it's an Irish coffee, so we're going to need some coffee, of course.
Nice, freshly brewed. You can use instant if you want, or if you have some filter coffee at home, you know, use whatever style of dark coffee you like.
Awesome. Next thing is obviously some brown sugar.
Ooh. If you have sugar cubes, white sugar, again, it's making the best cocktail with what you have at home, really. But I like to use some brown sugar.
We've also got some nutmeg.
Ooh, for a bit of spicy nutmeg finish.
That's it,
I can
man.
smell that already.
Right, it's pungent. I love it.
Yeah, we like our Christmas spices here today.
I do love a Christmas spice.
Yeah.
And last but not least, we've got some thick double cream.
Ooh. And it's always nice to give that a wee bit of a kick or a shake just to kind of put a wee bit of air in it so it's nice and fluffy, and make sure it's really cold too, because that'll contrast the really hot Irish coffee nicely. I think there's one more thing we need, Liam.
Yeah, I've definitely forgotten the glass, haven't I? Here you go, man.
Cheers. Yeah, a nice like double thick tumbler is perfect. Nothing too big, because the ratios we're going to give you actually create the best overall experience of an Irish coffee.
That's it. So, shall we get started?
Absolutely, let's get cracking. So I'm going to be using Jameson Caskmate Stout Edition for this. Now, this is Jameson Original, Liam, but it's just been aged in a stout beer barrel for a few months. Awesome. So, like, those are beautiful, like, apple and orchard notes that you get off Jameson Original. We're now, like, going to replace those with, like, toffee, butterscotch, dry cacao, you know, like, everything you kind of want in an Irish coffee. Yeah, exactly. Snap.
Yeah, we like it. We like it.
Great, let's get cracking. So this is going to be 35 mils of Jameson Caskmate Stout Edition.
Love that sound.
I know, it's such a good sound.
Oh, again, we're so in sync, man.
I know. Merry Christmas. So after that, we're going to go 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, again, white sugar, or if you're using sugar cubes, 2 sugar cubes. If you're making loads at home though, you should probably make a sugar syrup. So just go like 1 cup sugar, 1 cup water.
Yeah, equal parts, easy done, super simple, and it keeps in the fridge for quite a while as well.
Yeah, deadly. We've got our freshly brewed coffee. Ooh, nice and warm as well.
Beautiful.
You don't want it too, you don't want it too hot. You just want it like nice and warm. So we're going to pour that in. And you want that just coming up. We have it here up to the little like fingered lines, but like 75 mils.
About 75 mils,
yeah.
I think.
Just give it a wee stir. You can already smell all of those like beautiful like coffee, Christmassy notes. And in my house in Ireland, an Irish coffee, the first Irish coffee of like December or Christmas, that's when you know it's really Christmas time.
What is your Irish coffee rule, Ronan? I swear you've told me this before. It's the rule of 3, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, so you have a wee bit more whiskey than you would normally shoot. You have coffee sweeter than you would normally drink. And then you have cream as cold as Ireland, because it's freezing.
Because it's freezing. I think that's better than any of the Christmas jokes you've dropped today, but I mean...
Well, you know, if you keep that in mind...
it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's it.
So we're just going to float some of our cream on top now. Some people get really nervous about this.
Yeah, I think it's quite an easy trick to manage. It looks a lot harder than it is, right?
Yeah. How's that looking, Liam? Is that like floating?
It looks beautiful, man.
Nice. It's always a scary moment.
I say it looks easy, and then I'm not the one actually doing it, so...
There we go.
Oh, beautiful.
So those last few drops of that beautiful double cream, and you've got that beautiful thick cold cream, and then you'll hit that warm sweet coffee, and all mixed in together. Your Jameson Caskmate Stout Edition.
Beautiful.
So there we go. You can clean that up later.
How very dare you?
I know. No, we have forgotten one last thing, Liam, and it's the garnish.
Right. Indeed. This is one of my favourite garnishes because it's just Christmas in a glass, right? So we're going to use this nutmeg, right?
Yeah. Do you want to finish it?
Ooh, can I?
Yeah, you can. Go on.
Just a little Salt Bay. I'm not going to do it Salt Bay, but just...
Nice. Oh, and it smells amazing as well. Nutmeg has such a beautiful aroma. Deadly. Do you mind if I try this one?
I think you should. I think you should go ahead. Right?
Thank you. Right. So... Oh, it smells so good.
I'm pretty jealous about this, to be honest with you, but I should have definitely...
Mmm, delicious. Oh, that's so good. I actually spilled some of it. That's how good it is. I didn't even notice I spilled cream on myself. It's so delicious.
It looks amazing.
So if you want to make a delicious Irish coffee like this, here's the recipe. Remember, 35 mils Jameson Caskmate Stout Edition. Then we had some brown sugar. We had 2 tablespoons, but again, any sugar you have at home is perfect. And then we filled it up with 75 mils of coffee. I used filter coffee, but if you have instant coffee, that's all good as well. And then we topped it up with some beautiful cold double cream, and then we just sprinkled some nutmeg on top, and yeah, that was pretty much how we made this unbelievable Irish coffee.
And it looks really good as well. Guys, if you're posting out or taking pictures, it is definitely an Instagrammable serve, right? Instagrammable drink. So if you are taking pictures, make sure you tag at Jameson UK.
Nice. Right, so let's rock on to the last drink. It's probably my favorite drink.
Definitely my favorite drink.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's definitely.
So it's our favorite drink. Oh, we're so alike. Cool. So we're gonna make a Jameson Black Barrel Old Fashioned. So yeah, let's
great.
rock.
Let's set up, right?
Yeah.
So don't need these limes anymore.
No nutmeg.
And get this guy in because this is one of the most important parts. We've got some Angostura bitters.
Got some whiskey. Jameson Black Barrel.
We've got some sugar syrup here. Again, you can just make it at home, 1-to-1, equal parts. We've got a knife, or you can use a peeler to peel your orange peel at the end. And then, of course, as I forgot the last one, I've forgotten the glass again, but the glass is there. And we're good to go, right?
Nice, yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
So this drink, the Old Fashioned, is kind of like one of those. It's starting to become like a really famous drink because it's drank in like different TV shows and stuff, but it's really, really easy to make and it's super tasty. And it goes unbelievable with a really good whiskey. And Jameson Black Barrel itself, what we do is we have like a higher percentage of the spicy single pot still that we use in our distillery. So we blend that with this small batch grain that we only produce once a year, and then we finish it for a few years in this extra charred bourbon barrel. I'm gonna just do 50 mils. So again, the top of the jigger, or you said egg cup.
Couple egg cups could do the trick, I believe.
I can't wait to go around yours for drinks at Christmas.
Never a dull moment in my kitchen, Ronan. I'm telling you.
Nice. So we're gonna make this straight into the glass. If you're making more at home, maybe you want to make it like in a coffee cafetiere or a pot. You know, you do you.
Cafetiere.
I know, yeah.
I like that. With the strainer, you can like pour it out into. It's like almost like a punch, ready to go. Whack it in the fridge.
Ooh, very
Easy
fancy
done.
that, isn't it?
I like it.
Yeah.
See, look, you're teaching me. When you come around, it's going to be all hell.
You are welcome, Liam. So we've got our 50 mils of Jameson Black Barrel, and we're going to go with our sugar.
Absolutely, here you go, man.
So we're going to put 5 mils in, but if you have a teaspoon or a bar spoon, you just put a wee bit of that in like that. So we do, and now we've got our bitters. Now, some people kind of get intimidated by bitters, like where to buy them, but the classic Angostura bitters are found pretty much anywhere these days, and you can get them online. But if you're making cocktails at home, this is the key bitters to have. And for an old fashioned, it really elevates it because it brings all those spices together. So we're going to put 2 dashes in that.
Nicely done.
Thanks, mate.
It can get iffy with those bottles, right? When you're dashing.
Yeah. So now we're going to add our ice. Woo.
And just whilst Ronan is stirring down over there, I'm just going to start making a little orange twist.
Nice. Do you ever make cocktails at home and you might make a bit of a mess? But I suppose that's kind of the fun of it, making it at home, you know?
It is, right?
Yeah. So once everything's iced up and in your glass, give it all a stir together. Now, stirring the cocktail dilutes it, so we're actually adding a bit of water to it, just to bring a more mellowness to the whiskey, but also allowing all those other ingredients to play together. So I'll just move all of these out of shot. So this is my favorite drink, so I think it deserves center stage for this one. Ooh.
Like to do the honours, man?
Yeah, thank you. So when you zest it, you still want a wee bit of pith at the back, but you want all of that like orange, like fleshiness, just to smell like so bright and I know it's great, yeah.
It's beautiful.
Ooh. Do you see that when it like just skims across the top, all the oils?
Gorgeous.
And then just around the rim, and then put it in like that. Ooh. That looks good.
That does look good.
I can't wait.
I mean, I'm gonna. Is that all right?
You can go for it. You've been such a good helper.
Thank you very much. This is a good reward, right?
That is a good reward. So for that drink, so for the Jameson Black Barrel Old Fashioned, you need 50 mils Jameson Black Barrel. You need 5 mils of sugar syrup. Again, if you want to use granulated sugar or a different form of sugar, just make sure it's all stirred in, so it might take a wee bit longer. And then we have 2 dashes of Angostura bitters. Fill it up with ice, give it a nice stir, and then have that beautiful orange zest, spray it on top so you've got those orange notes around it as well.
Awesome, and this is another pretty Instagram, it's a good looking drink,
so.
Right? So if you are posting or taking pictures of the drinks, guys, please do tag Jameson UK, at Jameson UK.
Yeah, nice. Now, I love Irish whiskey. I don't think it's a shock that I love Irish whiskey being Irish, but like, would you drink it like this? Would you replace it with anything yourself, Liam?
Well, as you know, I am a bit of a rum lover as well. So I think if you wanted to swap out maybe the base spirit, Havana 7 would work beautifully in this instead of the black barrel. I do love Irish, but I am a rum man at heart, so I have to mention it.
Because that is the joy. There's so many spirits out there, like Havana 7's amazing, and Jameson Black Barrel, to kind of twist all these classics, so do have fun with that. So to recap on the Jameson Christmas cocktails, we started out with the Jameson Ginger and Lime, using 50 ml Jameson Original, some beautiful spiced ginger ale, and then we fill that glass up with ice, and then we squeeze that fresh lime in at the top, and it is just such a beautiful, spiced, effervescent and refreshing drink, especially around the holidays. Then we went on to the Irish coffee, using Jameson Caskmate Stout Edition. We did 35 ml of the Jameson Caskmate Stout Edition. Then we put in some brown sugar. I use granules, but you can use different sugar at home. Then we topped that up with 75 ml of dark coffee, and then we floated some beautiful cold cream on top, and finally garnished it with some aromatic nutmeg, and I can still smell it now. It's an amazing drink. And then finally, my favorite, the old fashioned, made with 50 ml of Jameson Black Barrel, 5 ml sugar syrup, 2 dashes of the Angostura bitters, and then we filled the glass up with ice, give it a beautiful stir just to mellow and bring all those flavors together, and then to top it off, spritzed that orange garnish on top, and that is an absolutely brilliant after dinner cocktail as well. So there you have it. There's your 3 Jameson Christmas cocktails. I hope you enjoy it, and Merry Christmas.